What's up, guys? It's Missy. I'm back with another SimCity Build It video, and this is my second attempt to make this video because the first one I may have went off a little bit. So I had to tone it down because of all the little kids that might be listening to Missy's potty mouth. God forbid. By the way, I don't advertise my videos for children, okay? So if you are so concerned that a child might hear me say a bad word, you might want to look at the video games and the music and all the other real adult things that go on in life and stop trying to shelter all of the little children from hearing, oh my God, the bad word that they're probably saying all with their little friends right now as they're trying to smoke their first cigarette outside the back of the school, okay? So, you know what? I don't advertise my stuff to children. If you are a child and you're watching this, you might want to click off my video because I do say bad words, okay? Now, I'm going to answer some questions on here, and then I'm going to get on to the videos that I need to make today. This comment here by Bear400C. He says, I think the loyal people that you're looking for to be a part of your club, the type of people that you want who have ethics. Okay, so no, he didn't say that. He says the type of people who have ethics and values and are dependable all have jobs and don't have time to play this game. That might be, you know what I'm saying? But this game is not like Candy Crush. You can't just stop. The world doesn't stop for you in this game because when you're in a group is what I'm saying. So you're going to come back to the game and you're going to see that you're booted up out the club because you sat in there for a week and didn't say anything. And then come back and go, why was I removed? Dude, you were removed because you haven't been helping. You haven't been contributing. No one's seen you. And you're taking up valuable space in the group that could be utilized by somebody else. There's a lot of people that want in my group, okay? A lot of you. And I want to make sure that you can get in the group when you need something and when you guys need help. And you're not going to be able to do that if I have a bunch of fucking people that sit in here and don't do jack, dude. So yeah, I do expect that when you're on the game, that you be active. That when you're sitting there playing in the background for 2 hours between lunch or dinner or evening or whatever the case may be, that when I'm seeing your points move, when I'm seeing you hit 100,000 points in calm, but I don't see you talk in 3 weeks, yeah, I do think that's a problem. You should be saying something. You should be saying, hey, does anyone need anything? I got a 30-minute lunch. I'm going to be on for a little bit, and I'll have some stuff posted in my depot, or just acknowledge people's existence. That's all you got to do. And if 24 people do that, the group will always be active. And that way, you don't have to put all of the responsibility on the top 3 players in the group, because I guarantee you, every single one of you watching this right now that are in a group, if the group is not completely dead, you have about 3 people within the group that are active all the time. And then you have the people that you see like maybe once every few days or whatever the case may be. Unless you're watching this and you're somebody who's in a very strict group with very strict rules, and everybody has to adhere to all those same rules. And that is the type of group that I run. I don't want no slackers anymore. I'm sick of it, dude. I'm tired of it. I've spent the last 6 fucking years booting people that don't do jack. And every time I boot them, they're after trying to get a hold of them, sometimes for even 2-3 weeks at a time, I try to get a hold of these people before I boot them. That was back in the day. I'm not kidding you. The moment that I boot them, they're back in 20 minutes. The game doesn't even allow you to come back for like 15 to 20 minutes. So it was right when they got booted. So they saw all of my messages. They just didn't want to respond. And people do it all the time. The moment that they don't like what you're saying, they just go quiet and they just don't respond because they think, oh, I can just hide here. I can hide here and no one will know I'm here. Like, they don't see my population moving. They don't see my level going up. They don't see me posting points to the group or posting items to global. Yeah, dude, we do see that you're on and you're ignoring us. So if you want to be in a group, be in a group that fits your needs. That's what I'm saying, okay? If you have to work and you have a lot of stuff going on, you don't have time for the game, then come and join a group when you are actually on the game. And then log out when you're not on the game. Or find a group that doesn't care. Because there's a lot of groups out there that set the bar really high. I actually joined a group one time and the lady was like, you can't even ask for items until you donate 20 rares to all of us. And they were serious. And I'm like, are you high? Okay, that's your rule. I'll respect that. But you're up out your mind and I'm leaving. Thank you. Goodbye. Right? Yeah, no, I'm not about to do that. Okay. If any of you have a feeder city, what I suggest that you do is that you bounce around from club to club with your feeder city. And that way you can decide what it is that you really, really like and what kind of club you want to be in. Oftentimes people get comfortable with people. People have things go on in their life. I get that. And I actually, if you talk to me and you explain things, I can be very lenient. I have a guy in my group right now with MS, okay? And he's not able to be on all the time. His girlfriend's on, she's active. I talk to them quite a bit, and I don't break his balls about it. I don't harass him, but he's more active than most of the people anyway. That's my point. Now, I have another girl in my group, okay? She's been with me 6 years. 6 years she's been with me. Even after I got pissed at everybody and booted everybody out, and it was just me and her for like 6 months because I was so annoyed with everybody, okay? She stuck with me. She stuck with me for 6 years. And she's going through some stuff, medical stuff right now, and I'm not breaking her balls about not being on. Now, can I make that exception for her forever? No. But she still comes on the game when she can. And if it's going to be a few weeks and you're not going to be on at all, then I would say log out and I'll keep a spot open for you when you want to return, okay? So a lot of people will do that. They'll come in contact with me and they'll say, look, Missy, I got a lot going on with work right now. I'm really not even going to be on the game at all for the next week or two. And I say, okay, you know, we got a lot of people that want in, but you know what? I'll leave a spot open for you when you want to return. And then when they come to return, I'll take the most inactive person in the group saying that we're full. And I'll say, look, we're rotating out inactives for actives. And then I will make that switch. So the most active people get to remain in the club and the most inactive people get removed. If you want to stay in the club, you be active. That's the kind of group we run. If you don't like it, don't be in the group. It's very simple, okay? The rest of you there's been a lot of questions on my channel. Okay, so we're going to get on to something else. All right, you guys, a lot of you are asking questions that I have given the answers to a million times, but I respect the fact that you guys are liking my videos, you're subscribing, you're asking questions, you're interacting with my channel, and that's what I want. You know, I like the likes and the subscribes and all that stuff. I'm not deliberately, I'm trying to get back to all of you. I'm not trying to ignore you, okay? But the best way for you guys to get the help that you need the quickest, because I see a lot of you asking questions that I can tell you really do want the answers to and are very important questions that you're asking. I can't type out my answer to you and every one of you. There's so many of you now that I can't get back to all of you, but I will say this. A lot of what you guys are asking, in fact, every single question that I've seen on my channel has been answered within my videos. You just got to find the right video, okay? So I recommend that you click on my actual channel. There's you'll see the picture. Okay, I don't want to go off the screen, but you'll see the picture of my actual channel, and you click the videos tab. Right there, there's a little search button. Type in the keywords to whatever it is that you need help with. If it's for camping, type that in. If it's for the Missy's Guide, type that in. And watch the video for the answers to the questions that you're asking. Okay, try that, because usually what I end up saying to people is, okay, go watch this video, or this is what you want to do. Go watch that video. And then I'll say something like, okay, you know what? I haven't done a video on that, but that's a very good question. And thank you. I will do a video for you and it'll be up in the next 30 minutes or so. That's usually how I do it. Okay. Now I have been super busy and I haven't been able to get back to all of you. And so I wanted to touch base with you guys and let you guys know that when you ask me questions on here, that if I can tell a lot of you really need the answers like pretty quickly. You're like, I'm level 17 or whatever the case may be. And I want to know if I should go up or camp or epics or whatever. And I'm telling you that the answers that you're looking for, I have like 170 videos up now. I have answered every question you guys have asked me somewhere within my videos, okay? So just go look for them and find them and you will see. Now, I'm going to read through a couple of them just to kind of see what people are asking. Let's see. Okay, so this guy, Chris, he comments on my videos quite a bit, so I'm going to respond to him. He says, you know, are the task points dependent on what league you are in? Yes, they are. Now, recently this week, many of you saw an overflow of 3K tasks in your list at the beginning of the contest. Then you guys experienced a downtime because the game will level you out, and I explained this. But for many of you in the lower leagues, up until from this week, before this week, okay, that is how it was. I cannot say for certain that that is how it is now going forward, but that is the way it's always been. Yes. The reason I'm not saying for certain is because I don't want to be like all the people out there that see one thing and then take it as fact. Okay? When I open up my game, and I've been playing this game a very long time, 5 or 6 years now. So when I open up my game and I see like 6 3K tasks for whatever reason, I don't know the reason. Okay? I don't know if EA just had somebody drunk and hit the wrong button on the keyboard or what happened, but it did happen. I don't know if people in the lower league saw 3K tasks. I don't think they did, and they should not have. And the way that it worked before this week, yes, that is the way that it worked, okay? If you were in the lower leagues, you would get lower valued tasks. Now, that is why I tell people to burn through their land expansion tasks in the lower leagues, because in the lower leagues, that is a higher level or a higher point task, right? It comes back repeatedly. And you're going to want to maximize your storage once you're in Mega. And if you guys use those land expansion tasks in Mega, you will find that you will end up with a lower average. Okay, it's going to lower your average. So if you're running a 2,400 point average and you start doing 2,000 point tasks, it's not going to drop you below a 2,000 average, right? Because you're doing a 2,000 point task. But it's still going to lower your average from the 2,400, right? So you really do want to do those ones in the lower leagues. And you want to stock up on Dozer during that time, because once you hit Mega, you're going to need all of those, you're going to need all that storage space available, right? And so that's basically the gist of that. Yes, it does work that way in the lower leagues. Now, let's see what else. Let's see. I want to see his whole comment because I think this one was quite long. Okay, delivery for 2K has the same for London deliveries. Got a launch VU 1K following by a launch VU for 2K. All my production tasks were below 2,000. Do you think I made a mistake somewhere along the line that caused the premium tasks to not hit 3K? No, you did not. If you're in a lower league, that is why that is the case. I'm not saying you didn't make mistakes. I'm sure you made a lot of mistakes because you're new and you don't know exactly what you're doing when it comes to the contest of mirrors yet, but it takes practice. Even after reading the Missy's guide and going through it, there's so many variations of things that can happen and situations where the dynamics would change. And that is why I have decided to change my method of teaching so that you guys can have a situation where you go, okay, instead of Missy giving us an answer for every possible variation because it's damn near impossible, she's going to teach us how to get the answers for ourselves given whatever situation that we're in, right? And so if that was confusing for you guys to understand, here's the metaphor that I use in my group with it, okay? I can give you a math question, right? And I can give you the answer to that question. That doesn't teach you how to get the answer, does it? Right? Now, let's say that I give you a multiplication chart, right? That still gives you the answer. So essentially, when you guys go and look at the other advice on the internet, they're giving you guys a cheat sheet, so to speak, to get the answer to that specific question. So if I say 5 times 5 is 25, right? You know it's 25 because I told you it's 25. But how did I get my answer? What did I do to get that answer? You don't know because you're not learning my method. You're not. When you guys send me your task list and I analyze your task list, I ask for all the information because everything needs to be taken into consideration. So you send me your task list and then you say, or no, a lot of people, what they'll do is they'll just send you the top 3 tasks. And then they'll say, which one do I do? Well, I can't give you an accurate answer by just seeing your top 3 tasks. And one of the biggest mistakes that players make is they assume that they should always work their very highest task and only their highest task. Yes, that is true, but it's also not true, okay? You want to work your highest task given that it meets all of the criteria. And what criteria is that? Well, you don't know because no one's ever given you that criteria but me, okay? There's a lot of guides out there. There's a lot of data tables. There's a lot of production plans, but there's nothing out there like mine where it tells you exactly what to make. It just tells you the math that you already know, right? So essentially, it's the same general concept as a math problem. If you don't know how to get the answer and I'm not giving it to you, then what are you going to do when you get a different math problem? So in this case, let's say that you had these specific tasks and that the answer to this particular situation was a 1K VU. You're going to look back at that and you're going to go, okay, last time I was in this exact situation, I did this. So I'm going to do that again. But you can't possibly prepare yourself for all the different variations, right? That's impossible. You're not going to be able to memorize that many different variations. That'd be like trying to memorize like 90,000 license plates or something, right? You can't do that, okay? What you need to do is say, how did she get her answer? What did she do to get that? That way I don't have to memorize her answers. I know her method in which I got the answer, right? So in a sense, you guys are doing really difficult math. Let's just say you're doing multiplication. Other people are giving you a multiplication chart. I'm giving you lattice. And many of you don't even know what lattice is, okay? Lattice is a form of math that is for multiplication, and it uses grids and stuff, but it looks very complex. However, it's actually really easy once you understand how it works. And it actually ends up being an easier method to longer math problems, more complex problems. So 5 times 5 being 25, yeah, that's an easy answer to get. We all know our 5s tables off the top of our head, right? Then you have the 9s trick with your fingers, right? So then that's another easy method. But how do you get, like 1,528 times 2,967? That's going to require a lot more math, right? Lattice, it looks really complicated, but once you understand it, it's really easy. And you're like, wow, I can actually do really huge problems very easily now. That's kind of like what I'm doing. I've looked further into the rabbit hole than most people, right? So if you want to come to my videos and you want to learn something on the game, you're going to learn the most you can learn. I broke the game down further than most people, right? So you guys have to understand that if you want to come to my channel and get a quick, easy, thoughtless answer, this is not the channel for that. There's plenty of other channels that give you that stuff, and it's not even the right answers. So if you want to play like a pro, you come here. If you want to play like, I'm not going to say the word, you go to you-know-who, which I'm not going to say who. But you all know who I'm thinking of, okay? And if you don't, then you will once you look at the other channels, okay? Now, if you guys are having trouble with the contest of mayors, I expect that, okay? There's a method that I use to get the answers that I get, and I'm going to talk about that in next week's video. And the reason that I didn't put that video out this week is because they hit us with all those weird 3K tasks, and I want to make certain that that is not something that's going to be sticking around. Now, I can go up on Reddit like all of you, and I can see somebody's opinion on what they think is going on, but that is not an answer. That is not a definitive answer. And so I don't go on Reddit because it means nothing to me. And everything that I get sent to me from players that go on Reddit, I'm like, oh my God, that's such terrible advice. Don't do that. Because they think that because it's on the internet, it's fact. And until it comes from EA specifically, then no, I'm not going to even entertain the notion, okay? Until I see it for myself. Now, let's see. There's a lot of you guys that want to join in the group. You guys have to get in during war, or when war's over, I mean, during our war cooldown. And so we start war 12 hours before the contest of mayors. So I'm on Pacific time, okay? I live in Washington State. So we start war at 11 a.m. on Tuesday because the contest of mayors starts at 11 p.m. on Tuesday night. So wherever you're at in the world, 12 hours before the contest of mayors starts is when you have missed the time limit to get into our group. That's when we start war. So before that, there's a whole day off from comm. That is the open time in which you can get in the group. Everybody is required to watch the group rules video before joining. Okay. Yeah, like this dude. I think you need to make your videos much shorter and simpler. You'll find that it will draw in a lot more views. I don't care about the views, right? Like, yeah, it would be great if my channel would grow. That would be fabulous. But I care about helping you guys and giving you the best content that I can. And if me doing that takes 45 minutes to explain, then great. And if people want to leave the channel or the video within the first 5 minutes, great. It doesn't matter to me. The people that want to learn and want to do good, they'll stay, okay? They'll stay and they'll listen to it all because they know that they can go and get a simple answer, not necessarily a good answer, but they can go get a simple answer from anybody. And I made that mistake of listening to one out of all the people that give me feedback on my channel. I had one guy be a dick, okay, about my videos being long. And that person in particular has a hard time with the game himself in general. So I made the mistake of listening to that person. And that is why about a week and a half ago, I took down several of the videos that I made because I noticed subconsciously that I had changed the way I was teaching. And it was more of like Missy's going to talk super, super fast and constantly apologize for the fact that it's taking so long, like it's a punishment that you guys are here. Like, let's just hurry up and get this over with because I know that you all just are like, hurry up, get to the point so I can go. Like, if that's the case, then don't be here because that's not the vibe I want to let off. That's not the way I want to do things. That's not how I teach. And it's not enjoyable for anybody, for me or you, for me to be in a hurry and get to a fucking point and not give you all the information that's needed. The Red Roads video, I'm going to be redoing it because I want to add more information to it. Now, that particular video, yes, I gave you guys all of the criteria that you needed to be successful with that particular type of trick. Now, what many of you wanted was you wanted me to say, you know what? You can have only 3 roads read at any one time. So take those 3 roads and place them away from your homes and get those read, and then you won't have to upgrade roads again. That's what you wanted to hear, right? Great. You can turn off the channel and go away now. Now, the rest of you that would like to stay and listen, then you would hear me say, you know what? If you pick anything up on any of those roads, it's going to turn that notification off and it's going to screw everything up. If you put a factory that is not 5 slots on that, it is going to screw everything up because you're going to have to replace it. If there's any of those buildings touching any homes or near any homes, the population is going to start to go down because people are going to be moving out. Your happiness is going to decline, and that defeats the purpose of the road upgrades trick. All of these, and I can keep listing all of the things that I hadn't got to because I had to give you that quick, simple answer. So now you are going to come back to me once you accidentally pick something up or once you realize, oh, it's been a week and this other one won't go red. Why? Oh, because I had something else read somewhere else and I didn't know how to get rid of it. Or I didn't realize that I couldn't pick something up or whatever the case may be, right? But you wanted a quick, simple answer. So now you're back here after the fact, after you've wasted your time, after you've screwed everything up, and you're coming back to me in my channel, in the comments, and you're going to come back to me and say, why did I lose my road upgrade? Why did it go away? how come, what happened? And you're going to be asking me all these questions, right? And then I'll give you the answer and you'll go, well, gee, that would have been nice to know. Thanks for telling me. I would have really liked to know that if I pick something up, it's going to fuck everything up. And I'd be like, well, sorry, dude. I was just giving you a simple answer. That's what you wanted, right? Yeah, that's why I don't do that. Because believe it or not, when you give less information, when you don't cover everything, you end up with confused people that make mistakes. And that is exactly why the SimCity Build It community is full of people that all make the same mistakes. All of you are all making the same mistakes. We all did, okay? That is what is to be expected of a new player. Now, many of you make mistakes that we all made. You level too quick. You don't know that the algorithm changes. And this is all stuff you wouldn't know unless you researched it first. But then you come to the internet and you look for answers. And you go to these channels and you see somebody say, epic projects are really hard. You're going to donate this item to a one-pointer and this item over here. And then that's the end of it, right? You go on your game and you play epics the wrong way for the next 5 years. Whereas if you would have come to my channel, you would have realized, okay, I want 3-pointers. I want to do this. I want to do that. And I'm going to finish every gold epic in under 20 minutes, right? That is the answers you're going to get from my channel. The only way that I can provide you guys with that level of advice where I cover everything is if I be thorough and if my videos are long, right? Now, the YouTube algorithm works like this. If it works on a lot of things. It works on likes, clicks, subscribes, comments, time watched, right? So his comment is, I think you need to make your videos much shorter and simpler. You'll find it will draw in a lot more views because no one wants to sit through a 20 or 40-minute video to find something out, maybe write a script, I don't know, ... Okay, look, I'm not writing a script. There's a lot of people out there that write scripts. They're very robotic when they talk. It's not genuine, okay? They sit there, they look at their thing, they stutter halfway through the video, and they give you crap advice. I would rather take the 20 minutes to watch my video and do it right the fucking time and get the good advice than half-ass it because I'm an impatient brat. I was going to say something else, but because I might have a child listening, I'm saying brat, okay? That just wants a quick 5-minute video that's going to be coming back asking for answers, asking questions, going, what the hell happened? Why didn't you tell me? And you know what's so funny about that? The one person that complained about my video, the one person came to me and complained about that Red Roads video. He was complaining in the chat. It was a Facebook group chat with everybody. And he was saying things like, oh, I just want to know. I just wanted it in 5 minutes. Just tell me. I've already watched the video 4 times. So you've watched the video 4 times in a row, which it's like 45 minutes long. So you've been telling me you've been watching it for like almost 5 hours, right? Then I asked him, I said, all right, let me ask you this, because I knew he didn't really watch the video that many times. I knew he was trying to get to my answer because he wanted a quick answer. And he skipped ahead and he missed all the important information. So then he had to go back and rewatch because he didn't pay attention to it the first time, right? Now, here he goes, and he says, and I'm not kidding you guys, he says, well, now I understand it, and now all is well, and now I can do it, blah, 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 and now I see what you're saying. Okay, great. And so I asked him, I said, how many, because he had asked me a weird question. I didn't understand why he was asking me that if he watched the video. And I said, how many roads can you have read at any one given time? And if any of you have seen that video, you know that I said that, I don't know, like 300 times in the video. How many roads can go read at any one given time? Just in this video alone, I think I've said it 4 times. And he says he didn't know. Are you kidding me? Right? This is where I put in like a meme into my video, like, are you fucking serious? Like throwing my hands up, like, are you kidding me right now? Dude, I spent 45 minutes telling you that it was 3 red roads at any one given time, and you didn't hear me the first 97 times? What? And now you're telling me how I need to give you even less information? Okay, fine. So I made it simple, and I sent him a simple thing, and I said, it's 3 red roads, put them away from your house. That's what you do. Get them far away from everything so that your happiness doesn't drop. You can only have 3 red roads at any one given time. There you go, in fucking joy, okay? Then he comes back, not even 5 minutes later, and he goes, well, how long does it take for the roads to go red? Oh my God, I'm not kidding you. And I'm like, are you serious right now, dude? And I'm like, I don't know. Watch the video. I answered this. Well, I don't want to watch all. And then he starts asking me more questions. And I said, dude, if you pick anything up, it's going to turn that notification off. And then it's like, well, it's not working. It's been this way for like 5 days. Well, yeah, because it takes time. And I say that in the video. And so here we are. And the same thing I was just talking about happening, about how if I don't cover all this shit, you're just going to come back and ask me, right? Now here he is asking me. Are you kidding? So if you would have done it right the first time, you would have watched the video one time, would have taken 45 minutes. You would have understood it, and you would have went out and went about your day and got it done. Instead, you turned it into a Facebook conversation that took an hour. You clicked through and skipped ahead through 4 sessions. So who knows how much time you actually watched the same thing. So you clicked through everything. And then you still didn't grasp the concept, even after that. So, are you kidding? Come on, man. If that is not the way, if that is the type of advice you want, this is not the channel for that, okay? I'm not going to change my method of teaching because you're impatient. There's a lot of people, and I'm telling you, a lot of you, that comment on my videos, that appreciate my advice, that love my content, that listen to it on your way to work. You listen to it at home when you're cooking dinner. You message me on Facebook just to say, thank you. Your stuff is so informative. There's a lot of information. I really appreciate it. I am not going to rob all of those people of good advice because I have one impatient asshole. Okay? Oh, brat. Sorry. Whoops. Missy slipped again. Okay? And I don't advertise that my videos are for children either. This ain't no Barney fucking show. Okay? So I'm sorry. Yes, I have a potty mouth. I do the best I can, but if I keep biting my fucking tongue off, I'm not going to have one left to talk with, okay? So I'm done changing my ways for all of you ungrateful, impatient assholes. That's just how it is. Period. End of fucking story. That's how it is. There you go. This person, this is right below Mr. I want to complain. These videos are very informative. Your advice is very helpful and well explained. Keep up the good work. Okay, you guys, for whatever reason, oh, that's why, because I had clicked on that. And you guys, when you guys look at your YouTube statistics and stuff, the reason I was saying this is because I don't care about the views. Yes, I do want to grow the channel so that I can help more people, right? I want you guys to hit the subscribe button so that the channel grows, so that I can reach more people to help more people, not just for myself. Like, oh, Missy can run ads and become so rich off YouTube now. That's not if I was all about that, I'd just do clickbait. I'd just do these quick 5-minute videos that you guys are talking about. I'm not about that, dude. I'm trying to help you guys. So if you're ungrateful and don't want the help, I'm not going to rob everybody else that is grateful and be like, well, fine, screw you guys, and I'll just quit doing it. No, that's not. I thought about that. I was like, well, fine, nobody wants to hear it, then fuck them. Then I realized it wasn't nobody, it was just you. Just like 1 or 2 people. Okay, so I won't be premium anymore, blah, blah, blah. There was somebody's question that I wanted to answer. Give me just a second to find it, you guys. Okay, here is one of the questions that I wanted to answer. This person says, hey there, I have a question. Do you know the common items that it will ask for most of the time? Yes, please inform me because I'm having trouble getting to gold. Okay, first thing, I'm going to be doing another epic video today, okay? I'm not going to be actually doing... Oh, shit, I have an epic running on my game. I had to start one for calm. I forgot about that. So, I'm going to show you guys... I'm going to do that video today. Okay, but anyways, yes, there is specific items that it will ask you for But it depends on, obviously, your level, because that depends on which items you have unlocked. Now, epic projects, they're very, very complex, but they're very easy once you understand how to do them. If you're somebody who's sitting here watching this going, God, I can't hit gold either, or whatever the case may be, or you think that epic projects are difficult, I'm here to tell you that they are not difficult. They are extremely easy if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, they are a nightmare, okay? There are a lot of things that go into an epic project that make it more easy. Now, the common items that it asks for, it goes based off what part of the epic that you are currently in and what level you are. If you are a level 24 player and you are at the beginning of your epic, it's going to ask you for way different items than if you are towards the end of your epic, okay? If you're towards the end of your epic as a level 24 player, you don't have regionals unlocked then. You're going to experience, it's going to ask you for very expensive items, and it's always going to ask you for the one thing that you don't have. So the common items are like the higher tier, more difficult to get items that cost more money. In your case, that would be things like bread rolls, right? Those are expensive for level 24 players. It's going to ask you for probably a lot of things, honestly, but it always picks one item and asks you for a lot of. Now, algorithm on global is not controlled by inventory, right? But Epic's algorithm is controlled by inventory. It always finds what you don't have, and it asks you for like 30 of them, right? Now, the whole purpose in having multiple pointers is not only to minimize the amount of times you have to donate, but to increase the variety, because you know when it locates the one thing that you don't have, and you have set 6 or 7 bubbles asking for that one thing you don't have, you want to be able to rotate out a couple of pointers that you can donate to so that you can continue to add points without having to donate 45 bread rolls, right? Now, if you are having trouble with epic projects, I strongly urge that you watch my video that comes out today, because I'm going to be covering every single thing there is to know about epics in that video. I see so many people struggling with epics, or I see people that settle for silver because they don't know how to get to gold easily. And silver is a huge waste of an epic. It is a huge waste of an epic, okay? And the reason that it's a huge waste of an epic is because you make things 3 times faster on a gold token than you do on a silver token. If you guys have a copy of the production plan, then you know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Now, you guys, I'm telling you, would you rather... You know what? I'm not even going to tell you that shit in this video. It'll make the video too long. But definitely check out the next epic video that comes out, okay? Now, this person, I'm camping at level 31 for a while because I'm struggling with increasing my storage. Currently, it is 160. And this is without spending any sim buck. I'm at 340,000 population and 1,200 sim buck. Any suggestions how I should proceed? Yes, restart. That's how you should proceed. And I'm dead serious. I'm not trying to be funny. If you hit, first off, I can tell you haven't been playing the game very long. Because you're only level 31, you camping at level 31 is doing no good for you. You already screwed yourself. There's no point in camping now. Because here's the thing. People think I'll just stay the lowest level that I can possibly stay because of storage. That is not the problem. The problem is that you can make a feeder and you can hunt on global like everybody else, and everybody else that has a feeder that hunts on global, you guys are all going to end up seeing each other's depots because you can only see things that you have unlocked. So you have a bunch of level 10 players with a specific list of items unlocked. So they're accessing depots, right? And they're all searching and they're all hunting and they're all buying everything that pops up on global. Okay? So until a level 30 player that is selling a ton of storage pops up and advertises something of a lower value that you actually have unlocked, you're not really going to find any depots with a lot of storage anymore. And the next time you do, the odds of it being a level between like a level 25 or, well, I'd say probably like 28 and like 35. That's usually when you find the depots that have the most storage stuff, because they're people just like this person that have totally screwed themselves and they didn't realize just how bad they were doing, right? Now, I'm being honest with you. I strongly urge that you go and watch my Should I Restart video and what to expect if I don't restart video. Because I'm telling you guys, when I say that it's going to take years to correct your fuck up, I'm dead serious. That is not an exaggeration. And it is not because of just your storage problem. It is because of all the other problems. You are going to have a difficult time winning the contest of mayors without spending a lot of money at this level. The competition is lower for you at level 30 than it is at level 18. However, that is because the cost is more. You have Omega unlocked. You have Omega tasks unlocked. You have to pay for canisters, okay? You have probably unlocked a regional map is my guess. This person right here, I'm going to go ahead and take a guess that you unlocked one, maybe even 2 regional maps. If that's the case, you need to take your application and uninstall it and reinstall it or wipe out the data. That way you can restart your city. Do not proceed on with this city. You will waste years and years and years of your life trying to correct your fuck up. Why will a feeder city not fix this issue? Because it's not just the storage that's the problem. Your algorithm is screwed. You're being able to win the contest of mayors without spending a fortune on canisters is screwed. Your epics are screwed. It's because now you got to look back to how many regular residentials that you don't have fully upgraded. When you do an epic project, you're looking at having to donate a bunch of regional items because now you have regionals unlocked, which are extremely hard to find, expensive and difficult and time consuming. Then you have to take into consideration that you have all of these other items unlocked, like burgers, that screw your algorithm up. And then you have to take into consideration how many times do you have to level up now to build up regular residentials to max so that you can do epics, so that you can speed up production, so you cannot be broke. You have totally fucked yourself. Your city is absolute trash. And if you proceed on with it, that is what you're looking at. You're looking at having to spend real money on cash if you ever want cash. You're not going to be able to get platinum keys very easily. You're not going to be able to do epic projects without them costing a fortune. I'm going to tell you right now, I have been studying this game intensive, like very intense, okay, for years. I have broke down the mechanics of this game. I've studied this shit like you wouldn't believe. Right now, the cheapest that anyone can do an epic for is about $140,000. That's gold. That's saying that you have all 3-pointers, okay? If you had all 4-pointers, it would be a little different. But realistically speaking, that's about the cheapest you're going to be able to do it for. Now, if you have almost max storage, you have regional, or this is with no regionals unlocked. The lowest possible level that you can do an epic at is 24. That's saying that you guys are well prepped, okay? And when I calculate how much an epic project costs, I do not calculate it based off of the coins I had when I started to the coins that I ended up with when I ended. That is not an accurate assessment at all, okay? Not at all. Because how many times did you collect money for things? How many times did you buy stuff that you still have in your depot? Maybe you bought 5 bread rolls, but you only donated 3. You still have that product in your depot that you haven't sold yet. So all of this stuff, taxes and things like that, things that you made versus didn't make, that is not the total cost. The only way that you can calculate total cost is to take the cost of what it took to start the epic, put that separate, and then run a screen recorder and record your epic project. Now, obviously, if you're doing your epics in 24 hours, that's going to be terrible. You want to shorten the time that you do them. You shouldn't even be recording an epic unless you can get it done in less than 25 minutes. Then you're going to go back through that screen recorder and you're going to say, okay, right here I donated 3 melon. Then you're going to write down the next thing and the next thing. And then you can see and you can study the pattern in what it asks for. You'll see right there the type of things it asked you for. You'll see when it starts to get difficult. And right when you hit silver in the video, put a line on your list and write silver, hit silver. Then continue on and keep writing everything down. And then analyze what happened between silver and gold. You'll notice when you go from silver to gold that the difficulty of the items increases. The cost increases. And then you can say, you can go back and look at the video and you can see when it started to change, when it took a turn. Now, add up everything that you donated. That is what you put into the Epic. That if you were to sell every one of the items that you donated, that is the money that you would have left over, right? Or what you would have made. That is what it costs. Then you can add in the cost of what it took to start it, because that's not really, you wouldn't add in the cost of what it took to start it if you were just speaking in a general term. If I tell somebody that it took me $300,000 to do an Epic, but it took me $87,000 to start it, that's not an accurate assessment for how much it's going to cost you. I would have to separate the starting cost from the actual cost of product, okay? Yes, it does ask for common items. Yes, you need to restart the city. Absolutely. This city will destroy people always look back and they go, I spent so much time on this city. Well, you know what? Take that as a learning experience. Take it as, you know what? I screwed up like everybody else did, but I'm not going to proceed to have this weight around my neck. Because if you're worried about wasting time, you're going to waste more time if you proceed on with this city. You can turn it around and you can go watch the Missy's Building Guide. And you can look at that and you can say, in 4 months' time, would I rather have one junk city and one immaculately perfect, excellent city? Or would I rather spend the next 4 years not even getting to where I would be in 4 months with this other guide? How much time do you want to waste? Because if you're about wasting time, then you might want to restart. But there's no point in restarting unless you know exactly what you did wrong the first time. Because if you restart now with the theory of, I'm just going to camp low level, you're going to screw yourself up again. You have to take all things into consideration, okay? And this, honestly, is probably one of the biggest issues that I come across when talking to people is not many people come across my channel before they screw up their first city. Like, I'd say like 1 in every 4,000 people. Okay, it's rare that I find somebody that's like a level 10, just started playing and came across my videos right away. But I've talked a lot of people into restarting. Every single one of those people, and I know that there's some of you guys here that are watching that, okay? If you're somebody who I talked into restarting, or you listen to my video and you restarted and you're happy that you restarted, I would like you to leave a comment below for all the people that are hesitant to restart. And I want you to tell them what you think. Do you regret restarting? Do you wish you didn't? And if so, if you really think that you're going to regret it, which I know you won't, then make sure that you have that city saved, wipe the data, start fresh, and then if ever you want to crawl back into that hole that you dug yourself, you can, right? The city still will be there. You can't erase Facebook data, save data. So if you have a Facebook connected to it, you're going to have to connect this new city to a new Facebook. SimCity does not allow you to erase city save data from a Facebook. So anybody who has restarted that does or does not regret it, I want you to put it in the comments below and tell the people going forward, the future people, if they should restart and if you regret it. And maybe if they see enough people's advice or opinion, then they can make an accurate decision. Notice how I did not say that people should say if they restart and enjoyed it. I said I want you to be honest. Be truthful to these people, okay? Do you regret restarting? And I guarantee you that none of you do. And if you do, you're doing something very wrong, okay? Now, if you have a bunch of old mayor's buildings, contest of mayor's buildings, and you've been playing for 6-7 years and you have a ton of stuff you can never get again, that I would not restart. Then I would take another tactic, and it very well could take you years to correct. Okay? But that would require a little more advice than just restart or don't restart. Now I'm going to go ahead and end this video because I want to get that epic one done today. I have a lot of videos that I want to get done for you guys today. But if you guys are looking for advice, if you're asking me questions, you guys can always hit me up on Facebook Messenger. But more importantly, if you guys want advice quickly, make sure that you guys look at the videos that I have posted. Try to see if there's any other videos that can answer the questions in which you are asking. Because I'm telling you, my shit's pretty thorough. If you take the time to watch it, you will see that. And that's the other thing that I wanted to say. Clicks and views isn't what's super important and boost your algorithm. What's important is how long people watch your videos, your watch time. Okay, so like if you guys are getting to the end of my videos are going to be bumped up higher. Now, yes, my videos are long. If I was to make 5-minute videos, a lot more of you would get to the end of them. But like I have explained several times, I'm not about just the YouTube statistics. Yes, it would be great to have more subscribers. Yes, it would be great to have more views. That would be fabulous. But I care more about helping you guys than I do about just benefiting for myself. And I know that's really weird considering 99.9% of people aren't like that, but I am. And I genuinely do just want to help you guys. So yeah, it would be a benefit. Yes, it would be nice because it would be nice to make a little money doing shit since I bust my ass and work so hard, but I'm not here for that. I would still help you guys regardless. Okay. So I'm going to get off here and I'm going to go and make some more videos to help you guys and any of you ungrateful people that don't want to sit here for however much time I decide to talk. There's a little thing called free will and you don't have to be here. Okay. So there you go. You don't pay for a college course to become an expert and then bitch and piss and moan that the teacher is teaching you how to be an expert, right? You didn't pay to be here. It's free. I don't get paid to be here and you don't have to pay to be here. So don't complain and bitch and piss and moan about free advice, especially when I'm saving you money. Okay. So in a sense, you're just benefiting. Every minute that you sit here and listen to me talk, it's just a benefit for you. It costs you nothing but your time, right? And I'm saving you endless amounts of time later and money. So if anything, you should be thanking me. But no, that's the society we live in nowadays. They just have to be assholes. Okay, I'm off. I'm getting off here before I get into a rant video.